You're listening to Miscast Commentary.
Hey everybody, how's it going? Joe Finley here, another episode of Miscast Commentary, the coming attractions. We got a little housekeeping to do just to get you ready for next week. First thing we want to talk about is I want to just give another special thanks to all of the guest hosts that we've had over the last month and a bit. My daughter Abby, who did the 2 Christmas ones with us, and my wife, who did the Christmas bonus special, Carrie. My brother-in-law, Daryl, who was with us. You can check out his Facebook page, too. He has the Marvel Pit Stop, so you can check that out and give it a like. Yeah, they were all great for me, helping me out, and so I'm not talking by myself to you guys, much like I am now, only for 2 hours. But good news, he's back. Todd Murray, Tebow the Sailor, is joining us back again next week. And I asked him what he thought we should do, and he texted me back. He's like, what do you think? What should be our next ride? And I said to him, I was like, I think it's time to bring Arnie out. And he was in full agreement, and he had a gut feeling right off the bat, and this was the movie he chose. So give it a listen.
They hunted him down.
You know, Colonel, we went to a lot of trouble to find you.
They murdered his friends. And they took the only thing he would kill for.
If you want your kid back, then you gotta cooperate. Right?
Wrong.
Now, somewhere, somehow, someone's gonna pay.
Do you think that he is going to give us any problems?
You'll do exactly as he's told.
Hasta luego, fellas.
You're a funny guy, Sally. That's why I'm going to kill you last.
Are you gonna tell me what's going on or what?
No. Don't disturb my friend. He's dead tired. What are you doing?
Helping you get her back.
Remember, Sally, when I promised to kill you last?
That's right, Major. You did.
I lied.
If it's a mission no man can survive, he's the man for the job. Arnold Schwarzenegger, Commando.
Let's party.
That is right, Commando. We're going to get to hear some good Arnie-isms. We're going to get to see super, criminally young, teeny child Alyssa Milano, even before Who's the Boss. We're going to get to see lots of explosions, and this is basically the bread and butter of what Todd and Joe were about when we were watching movies as a kid. So this is a great start to our, reunion. We're really looking forward to having him back, and I know he's looking forward to be back, and we're going to be hitting you up with that next week. In the meantime, just had some little things in the news lately. Obviously, the Golden Globes were this past week. First thing, right off the bat, I want to give huge congratulations to Donald Glover, who won for Best Actor and won for Best Show for Atlanta. I love me some Donald Glover. I'm a huge Community fan. I'm a huge fan of his stand-up. I'm a fan of the fact that he was a writer on 30 Rock. I'm a fan of the fact that he is our new Lando Calrissian, and I want only good things to happen to our Lando. So I said our Lando, not Orlando. Yeah, I was really thrilled to see all that, and we're looking forward to seeing more good things come out of this, more opportunities and things like that, so we're happy about that. When I say we, I mean the royal we. I'm happy and you're happy by extension, essentially, so just be happy. He did a great job, and he was very humble and nice, and it was really good to see. A few other highlights from the show. I was really happy to hear when Billy Bob Thornton won his award that he dedicated it to that PA. I thought that was a really nice thing to do, because a lot of crew members get overlooked I know this guy had passed away, so it's not like he heard it, but it was nice. I thought it was a classy thing to do, and it was a nice way to start off the whole thing. I'm not going to get into whole like politicizing stuff with Meryl Streep, whether or not I agree with her. I do agree with her. That's not the point. I'm just talking about the movies today. We're a movie podcast. We're not a politics podcast, so why get crazy? I don't know if you guys can hear that in the background. I've got a really weird noise going on that's driving me bananas. It sounds like it might be a swarm of bees. So if I don't finish this podcast, it's because bees killed me. So somebody release this. Whoever finds my body and clears away all the bees, please just go ahead and publish this to my SoundCloud account. Thank you. Yeah, the other thing I realized with the Golden Globes, other than the fact that Jimmy Fallon was about as mediocre as it could get, and sorry, Jimmy, but that's just how it went. I mean, the teleprompter thing at the beginning wasn't your fault, but I mean, like nothing. He just kind of froze like a deer in the headlights on that thing. Not great. It was not a particularly funny hosting job, especially given the people who have preceded him as of late. Your Ricky Gervais, your Tina Fey, Amy Poehler, things like that. So, I don't know, maybe next time do better. I don't know what to tell you. Yeah, I realized during that, a lot of movies I need to see from this year. La La Land, Fences, Hidden Figures I'm actually really excited about. I've been wanting to see that because I'm a bit of a space nerd. The whole space program I liked, and it was a story that I didn't know at all. And I was kind of curious about how true to life it was. And so I looked up that History versus Hollywood website, and basically the only fake stuff about it was the white people, which made me laugh. Everything about the main characters was pretty much right on, and then Jim Parsons' character didn't really exist. He was an amalgam of a bunch of people, and Kirsten Dunst's character didn't exist. The overall poor treatment of her at NASA didn't really exist. I mean, there was segregation still, but it wasn't as bad, and she was treated like a peer because she could do the job. So I'm really looking forward to seeing that one. I'm looking forward to seeing Fences because I love me some Denzel Washington. And yeah, maybe unnaturally, like an unnatural amount. Like if I meet him, I shouldn't speak to him because I'll say something that'll make him walk away from me and never want to speak to me again, which would be fitting because we probably wouldn't run into each other again. But that's not the point. I just want to see the movie, okay? And I have money, and I can put down money for a ticket if I am so inclined, and I just need to watch Star Wars 8 more times, and then I can go see other movies, because my demons will be satisfied. But yeah, so lots of things that got some honors. Aaron Taylor Johnson for Nocturnal Animals. I've heard nothing but good things about that. La La Land essentially cleaning up. I think it won everything it was nominated for. I think it maybe just missed out on one. I'm not sure. Anybody? But anyways, yeah, it was a really interesting year overall. The In Memoriam, or lack thereof, was kind of weird. I know it was a lot of people. I don't know if they felt that the show was just going too long, that they couldn't possibly list all the people that died from the year. But to just have the Carrie Fisher and Debbie Reynolds, as nice a tribute as it was, and it was a really nice tribute, was kind of weird to overlook the 75,000 other people who died this year, and a lot of them, very big and very important in film and television and all that. So that was kind of interesting, for lack of a better thought. Yeah, I don't know. I'm sure we'll see enough in memoriams for the year to satiate our clapping at dead people's photos need. I will tell you what rubbed me the wrong way. Has anybody seen that trailer for Patriots Day? That thing looks like a tub of garbage. The movie itself, is a story that deserves to be told and told correctly. This thing seems anyways, to be the most rushed out movie in the history of movies. I think it's going to be one of the first movies to ever get a too soon. It just looked hideous. I watched the trailer a couple of times and I cannot get through it without cringing. It's just like the bodies weren't even cold when they were writing this movie. And I mean, I've got a lot of respect for, especially Peter Berg, who's directing it, and then Mark Wahlberg and people involved in this movie. But good God, it seems like it's just one of those things where they just went to the well of, what's going to make, people put on their flag pins and go catch the movie. Reviews are not glowing for this thing. It's wildly inaccurate, they're saying, and a bunch of other things. So, I don't know. Will it be a good movie? Probably not. Are they going to keep making movies like this? Of course, because they know they can capitalize on people like that. Can this be a good movie? A different version of it, maybe at a different time. Maybe we got to stop making movies like this when they're so fresh and when the real events are so fresh in our memories, perhaps? I don't know. Any opinions on that? Feel free to email us, miscastcommentary@gmail.com. I'd love to hear what people actually do think about a movie like that coming out. Like, I do genuinely think that there's a story to tell there. It's definitely a crazy thing, and I remember watching the news when it happened, and it was just horrible, and then you hear the story of kind of the pursuit and the search for the guy, and so, I mean, there's a lot there, but good God, this thing was just spit out a bunch of random lines. You know, we gotta catch him before he does this to somebody else. Like, these kind of things just make my skin crawl. I don't know. And I feel bad because Mark Wahlberg says a lot of those lines as of late. You know, he's got Lone Survivor and even just, I think we found a transformer. Say hi to your mother for me. Like, it's just terrible. Terrible, terrible, terrible. I don't know. He deserves a better writer. Everybody deserves a better everything. It's 2017. We're going to all try and get the best everything this year, okay? We're not going to act entitled. We're going to earn our best everything. I'm going to do my best to give you my best everything, which will be a whole hell of a lot easier when my partner's back with me next week. I think that's going to be all for me. For now, really looking forward to having Todd back. We're going to have a lot of fun. Next week, we haven't seen each other in about a month and a half, and it'll be the first time we see each other will be when we're getting ready to record. So next episode could be a little nuts, so I hope you all tune in. And my super fans out there, I'm not forgetting about you, okay? Ashburn, Mountain View, San Francisco now. I want to hear from you. 2017, it's the year of the Miscast Commentary super fan. Who's it going to be? I want you. I'm Uncle Sam right now. I'm wearing I'll be more like Apollo Creed. I'll wear all the Uncle Sam stuff, but I'll look like amazing at doing it, except I'll be white Apollo Creed. So more like Uncle Sam, less like Apollo Creed, but more like Apollo Creed, less like Uncle Sam, pointing at you. I want you to be my super fan. I don't know what that means for you. I hope it's not a huge dip in self-esteem, but that's where we're at. We want to hear from you guys. Get in touch with us through the website, through the email, Twitter @MiscastPodcast, Instagram @MiscastCommentary. We are around, and we would love to interact with you guys and hear what you got to say about the show. And maybe if anybody has any movies they want to hear us talk about, we'd love to hear about that. We would, just reach out. We're here. Call your mother. But in the meantime, we'll be back next week with Commando. Arnold Schwarzenegger's going to blow some stuff up. It's going to kill a lot of people. It's going to be quite illegal if you really, get into the whole law bit of it. But justice will be served. Spoiler alert, justice is going to get served. So make sure to come and check us out next week. We're looking forward to seeing you. Take care for now.